Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast. We have got ourselves what should be a good one here today, as it's another bot author recommended replay. So someone who develops one of these bots said, hey, this is a cool replay if you want to take a look at it. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We have got a pretty notorious bot. It's Ketroc. Ketroc bot made by Ketroc, but also just called Ketroc. Terran bot known for its late game play, but really just an incredible Terran bot with a lot of depth to it. And taking on Ketroc bot is going to be a bot that I haven't cast too much, I don't believe. It's PhantomBot, a Zerg bot. Gonna see how well it's gonna do against Ketroc bot. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy these kind of commentaries, you guys are the best at it. Make sure to go ahead and click that like button. If we can hit, oh, I don't know, like 7 likes on this video, that would be great. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click that bell icon to get notified whenever I put up a new video. Join the Discord, which is linked down below, and make sure to leave a comment. Scream into the comment section, more bots. And yeah, we take a look here. We see Ketroc's bot just going for a command center first, interestingly enough, followed up by an eBay, a Rax. We'll see if the eBay is going to be for a planetary or not. I don't believe so. I think Ketroc's bot just relies on a bunker these days. Don't quote that on me though. And then PhantomBot, just going for a standard Zerg macro opening. Hatchery pool. No third hatch or anything like that just yet. Either way, both these drones though, both these bots making use of that speed mining. Okay. Factory on the way now for Ketroc. It's got a single marine on the way. I imagine it will build a bunker at that natural some point soon. Or whether it'll be a planetary. I always forget which bots goes for planetaries, which bots go for extra orbitals. I believe Ketroc's bot is a more orbital based bot. Big SCV transfer towards that natural base. Gonna have optimal saturation going on there. Dropping mules already. PhantomBot is getting up that third base, and we do see a couple of lings poke and prod. The marines for Ketroc bot. We'll push those away with no issue, and we're actually going to see a third base going up right away. Well, not right away, but real quick for Ketroc. On location. This is something that only bots can get away with. Don't try this if you main Terran on the ladder or play Terran on the ladder, as more times than not, a Zerg will see it and cancel it. Now, Ketroc is locking down its natural base, getting that planetary fortress to be its anchor point so that its natural will basically never be breached unless it's really lost the game. The third base is already building, all the while PhantomBot is just going for seemingly a standard macro play, squeezing out a few lings here and there. I think PhantomBot is a pretty ling heavy bot, I want to say. We'll see though. Ketroc's bot going for insane greed this match, going for a 4th command center in that main base. And Ketroc's bot is the command center bot. It does like to macro, and it does a darn good job of it. PhantomBot squeezing out a couple more lings, making a couple more drones, now getting a roach warren on the way. Looks like it may be starting up a 4th base sometime soon. This drone's a little bit confused. But no, it says, yes, I shall become a hatchery, but no. Oh dear, this is painful to watch, as PhantomBot is seemingly trying to issue that drone commands. Looks like we get a real nice cancel on the third base, though, from this handful of lings getting big work done. Now these lings are going to try and make it up that ramp. Pardon my observing while I was looking at that failed attempt to build a hatchery, but Ketroc's bot taking a little bit of heat here. The Marines must have been killed off at some point there by the speedlings, so just a small commitment from PhantomBot having big success. Now Ketroc's bot, not to be deterred, is already building yet another 4th command center. This time in its main base, its natural wall is being built. Being attacked though, burning lots of SCV mining time in repairs. It's going to have to wait for that Banshee to get out to defend itself, and that's the only thing that Ketroc's bot is making. We did eventually see that 4th base for PhantomBot go up. And yeah, real nice harassment by PhantomBot. Ketroc's bot does have the SCV repair behavior on the wall. Needs to keep those lings out of its base. The Banshee will come out. We'll see if it chases these lings away or just kills them. Either way, they have got a lot of efficiency done in the cost to repair, in the denial of the 3rd base. And you may wonder why I was looking at the drone so much for Ketroc's bot, or for PhantomBot, pardon me. Because it was being issued multiple commands, and that is a thing that can lead to a lot of issues in derping with bots. I'm glad to see that it did eventually get that 4th hatchery up, but I think it was probably being pulled towards the 3rd base to potentially build something or just mine. We now see PhantomBot making quite a few more Zerglings, 24 out. They will never break this planetary, however. They do find a mule, but that was pulled off to die. 3rd base does get scouted by PhantomBot once again. Ketroc's bot trying to build another on location, float another on over. And so far, it's having a hard time getting up that 3rd base. We'll see if any of these lings deny this. That SCV is building as fast as it can as a single ling attacks that location, all the while PhantomBot trying to get up into the main base. Ketroc's bot sent its Banshee out on the map, I guess, getting some good kills on the other side. However, that does leave it a little bit vulnerable. Some of these lings do come in. They find the 3rd command center. They set to work on that. Ketroc's bot is building another base, turning that into a planetary fortress. The planetary at the natural being a godsend, keeping that base mining. Queens and Hydras, though, for PhantomBot do eventually push that Banshee away. It got up to 9 kills, quite a good number, but not a ridiculous amount, as Hydras are now in hot pursuit of that. Lings still working away on this wall, as Ketroc's bot has nothing to deal with these lings. That is a big money pit, just trying to repair that as much as possible. We see another Banshee and a Raven going towards the north for some more potential harassment. We are finally seeing a Spore go down in the main for PhantomBot, as it looks like it's electing to build those in multiple locations. A drone somewhere is queued to build up one of those at the natural too, so there is going to be some permanent detection, help zone out these Banshees. Lings still dancing around, denied that 3rd base once again. This location does turn into a planetary though, so Ketroc's bot does have another base up. SCV transfer though, getting shut down. More SCVs are transferring, more are getting killed off. There's multiple, well, 2 Banshees out for Ketroc's bot. However, they're focused on attack, not defense. And so these handful of lings for PhantomBot are doing so much work. Another cancel on the 3rd base. Some of these SCVs reach the safe haven of this planetary fortress. But as far as macro goes, PhantomBot is in a much better position because it has its workers spread out over many more bases, despite the bit of harassment from this Banshee. Now, we'll see how long this Banshee is going to keep PhantomBot occupied, though, as it does currently have like 20 Hydras convalescing here, waiting for this Banshee. And if they sit there all game, that will be a big problem. Another Banshee harassing this newly building hatchery. Some lings and a Hydra are poking towards this planetary fortress now. As PhantomBot is approaching max out, these Hydras going to pick off a Raven, getting lots of work done there. Oh, this could be so problematic if PhantomBot just stays here all game. Please do not. Please have some common sense, PhantomBot. This is not the way. The Hydra ball is growing. Oh, man. Pod derpage is a little painful to watch at time. We do see some Hydras break down this refinery. That's a good move. However, we look away for a second, and all of a sudden, Ketroc's bot has secured that 3rd base location. It's building on location on the 5th, so the harassment is ending. An attempt at a Spore Crawler may be shut down by this Banshee, actually. Cancelled, killed. Another one has to be queued up. And oh dear, PhantomBot, why? Why? Your defense, your urge to defend is too strong. It's making you stupid. Banshees are pushing away some Queens and Hydras on the front lines. PhantomBot could have potentially got off a gnarly attack. However, this one Banshee is just doing so much work. We are seeing a Spire on the way. I'm wondering if we'll see a Corruptor or something to kill that Banshee. Either way, now PhantomBot moving out with a couple of Hydras out on the map. Queen can try and zone out the Banshees, but this is a little problematic. I'm wondering if PhantomBot should have up more static defense right now. But oh man, this Banshee's still keeping all these Hydras occupied. This is such a classic AI thing to do. Such a classic bot thing to do. Like, imagine if there was 40 Hydras here instead of 4. It would be a lot better. Ketroc's bot, though, now being given all the time in the world to expand freely due to this hard glitch. This is almost too painful to watch. So PhantomBot might have a couple of movement things it needs to work out. Otherwise, though, it's looking real solid this game. Ketroc's bot is expanding all over the place. This is what it does when it's left unattended for a minute. As, yeah, it's just so darn good at expanding all over the place. The Spire will finish up momentarily, so we'll see if we get a Corruptor or a Muta or something. Some bots have that behavior. No, instead we're going to see a Greater Spire be made right away. Yeah. You got to give it to the author of PhantomBot. He elected to send in this replay. He's like, all right, I know what my bot is. I'm okay with this. But regardless, this has been a great game. Equilibrium does give us some really great bot games, that's for sure. Some of the long ones, we are seeing Hydras and Lings poke out on the map. Unfortunately, it is a fraction of PhantomBot's power. Still no Spire. Oh, we are seeing Corruptors be made. Oh, please send one of the Corruptors over to kill that Banshee. That will be like the breaking of a dam if all these Hydralisks are released by that Corruptor. It's given Ketroc bot so much time, though, to take all these bases to get up mass production. A Corruptor has popped out. Is one going to clean this up? Oh, please. Finds one Banshee. Not the right... This is not the Banshee you're looking for. They are going to try and chase that down. This Ketroc's bot does have Hyperflight Rotors. This Banshee in the top left. Come on, Corruptors. You can do it. You can get it. Looks like some Vikings are coming in, causing problems. The Hydras are still hard glitched out. Banshees flying all over the place. If this Banshee doesn't ever leave... The thing that may break these Hydras out of is if more Banshees come to the main base or something. We'll see if that's going to be the case or not. We are now seeing Broodlords be made. Broodlords are very strong. Not an easy thing to deal with, but as far as an opponent goes, I think Ketroc's bot should be better than most as far as dealing with Broodlords, seeing as how it masses air units, and that's exactly what it's doing. We are seeing some Lings harass this building planetary. It does have building armor, though. It's going to take them a long time to get through this. The upgrades are okay, but there's no melee upgrades in sight, so these Lings are dealing like 1 damage in attack to this base. They're also attacking the refinery, not the planetary. Oh, did the Hydras break out? Oh, I have to rewind. Pardon me for missing that. Oh, yeah, Corruptor did come. Okay. So that's cool to see. Okay, so PhantomBot frees itself, and all of a sudden we do see these Hydras go, all right, back to work. Yeah, no big deal. We were all just hanging out in the top left, and now all of a sudden Ketroc's bot, if it could think, would be going, oh no. As PhantomBot was fighting with 1 finger out of 10 for the most part of this game. Literally like 1/10 of its army. Now, Hydras and Queens are starting to poke forward. The Vikings in the skies are doing pretty well. The Banshees, though, can get zoned out by the Hydras. This planetary is being worked on. The Banshees deal a lot of damage, though, and this planetary is being repaired. This is why some of the most effective planetary breaking bots target the SCVs. However, trying to break this location with all these Banshees is a very difficult task. We are seeing Broodlords out on the map, though, causing problems, attacking a turret that's being repaired, so who knows how long that's going to go on for. More and more Corruptors are being made en masse by PhantomBot. It is getting at least some air upgrades going. Ketroc's bot going to have 3 done momentarily, though. That is a lot of Corruptors, though. We'll see how well they do for themselves. Ketroc's bot is coming down to deal with this. His planetary established, but in a little bit of danger. We'll see if that lasts. More Broodlords are being made as well for PhantomBot, a high number actually. And they could potentially break planetaries at the same time. They can't defend themselves against Vikings from Ketroc's bot, but then again, Ketroc's bot does mainly have Banshees and Ravens right now. It hasn't actually made that many Vikings, so there is potential for these Corruptors to do a lot of work. They are chasing down 1 Viking right now. Vikings may try and micro against Corruptors, but their success will be limited. Ever since that patch Zerg got like 6 years ago that made Corruptors turn on a dime and accelerate faster. Now, we are seeing PhantomBot try and push towards the north. Ketroc's bot's still holding on. Both bots have a decent bank. Ketroc's bot is actually building up a bigger one. It may take a little bit of heat, though, as these Broodlords do start attacking this location. We're seeing upgrades go down across the board for PhantomBot, so it will get better and better. Now, these turrets are helping zone out these air units. One is actually shooting a Broodlord, and thanks to the SCV repair, it will not go down. Man, Broodlords do not deal a lot of damage unless they have got all the attack upgrades. So Ketroc's bot doing a good job cleaning this up. This location down here, not really being dealt with as well as it, not really being defended. The odd Broodlord is killing some of the SCVs, but then the rest of them are just like, just keep attacking the planetary, burning Ketroc's money, but it does not cost nearly as much to repair as you'd think. For it to be a significant amount, like, it's got to be a lot of repair. We are seeing some Corruptors come on in over the Vikings for Ketroc's bot, have got a massive upgrade advantage, and then the micro programmed by Ketroc is actually just very darn good. So PhantomBot having a bit of a tough time right now. No success breaking any of these bases, really. It's slowly whittling through the HP on this planetary. I don't know of an attack upgrade finished or something to make these Broodlords a little better, but ground is being made, albeit incredibly slowly. More Hydras on the ground. Corruptors in the sky. Ketroc's bot is pushing towards the north with all these Banshees. The Vikings are the real problem for PhantomBot, though. They are just shooting everything down. No more air weapons have started for PhantomBot either. It's incredibly broke. These Broodlords are doing some good work. They may eventually get this planetary. It's going to start burning soon enough, which will actually make it die faster. In case you guys ever wondered how long it takes 4 Broodlords to kill a +2 planetary that's being repaired by 2 SCVs, now you know. I think it may actually die, though, and that would be a nice win for PhantomBot. It's having a really tough time across the board, though. Resources lost, 27k to 9k. These Broodlords, they are going to get this planetary, I think, unless, like, one more SCV shows up, and oh no, there's actually a Viking. A couple Vikings coming on in. It's going to be close. Will it go down? Yes, I think it will. The Broodlords do get it. A Corruptor comes on in to try and help out its homies. The Hydras on the ground are actually kind of the better anti-air at this point, because they zone out the Vikings and the Banshees a little bit. The Broodlords are now moving forward. Ketroc's bot is trying to do mule shenanigans, as it has got 5 orbital commands. It can drop quite a few of those. Broodlord's still constantly harassing a little bit here. Down south, meanwhile, there's a battle raging towards the north. PhantomBot hard stuck at 170 supply for the past few minutes. It's just been losing so much stuff. It's got bases to mine for now. We'll see if it ever takes another one of these locations, though, as it will eventually start to mine out. No crazy oversaturation on any bases just yet. The gold base still mining a little bit. Corruptors are being pushed back by the mass Vikings. I'd like to say PhantomBot should make some Infestors or some Vipers. However, Ketroc's bot has got incredibly good splits when it comes to that. So the most success that PhantomBot's been having here is actually these Broodlords. And I don't think they're going to get through this planetary with like 6 SCVs repairing it unless they kill the SCVs. This is why we see bots target the SCVs when playing against Terran. PhantomBot is falling down more and more in supply. It would need to kill like 2 or 3 more of Ketroc's bases if it was to have any success. Ketroc's bot is being kept busy up north. It has yet to dispatch anything to deal with these. It sent a couple of Vikings earlier, but these Broodlords are mainly unopposed. SCVs are kind of transferring into the gas. Could make them targets. Not really, no. They're just going to keep attacking this planetary. Because why not? Now, Banshees, Vikings still doing a lot of work. Resources lost drastically down for PhantomBot. It can try, but it just can't deal with the micro of these Vikings, of the Banshees, then just the supply. Like, it's 13 Corruptors against 13 Vikings. The Hydras on the ground, I think, have been the ones doing most of the actual damage, because they have the high range, high damage. They've been shooting some of these Vikings, and some of these Vikings are a little bit overextended. Corruptors in the sky getting some work done. However, the Hydras on the ground are free to shoot them as they fly on over. So that's actually quite nice for PhantomBot. This base down here is still being worked on, but don't worry, +3 attack is on the way, so these Broodlings will deal more damage eventually. Ketroc's bot replacing all the Vikings that lost, making 11 now. We are seeing a burning orbital command out on the map. Some Hydras running all over the place. This game is just pure chaos. Now, Broodlords towards the north. If PhantomBot elected to target SCVs with its Broodlords instead of buildings, it would actually just be rolling through here. Ketroc's bot gonna build a base faster than PhantomBot can kill one with these 4 Broodlords. It is costing Ketroc's bot a little bit of money. It's like a tax. You gotta pay your due. It's 3 SCVs repair. I'm actually curious on what the repair cost is. It would be a cool thing if Blizzard added it. Not that they will, but that would be a cool thing to add to replays. I don't know if that could be added to the Game Heart mod or something to keep track of that. Because, yeah, repair can, I think, technically be accounted for if you do, like, some reverse math, but I'm actually not too sure about that. That's what I'm talking about when I say we need just, like, very, very minimal updates to Starcraft 2 to keep it great. Like, that's all we need. Like, little observer UI changes, things like that improve the overall quality of the game. PhantomBot really running out of money now. It's yet to secure up another base. I'm not sure it's tried. Ketroc's bot trying to clear this creep as a Hydra loses to an auto turret. Another couple Hydras come on down, gonna chase down that Raven. Vikings being chased all over the place still. We are still seeing a non-stop fight, and PhantomBot is up to 190 supply. It's got a big drain on Ketroc's economy, with Broodlords attacking towards the south being constantly forcing repair, and Broodlords to the north as well. I know I just observed that inversely compared to what I said, but Ketroc's bot will eventually run out of money if this goes on for another 3 hours or so. Banshee is doing a great job against the Hydras. No detection there to help them out, and the worst thing is the Hydras are like, oh, I can fight that one uncloaked Banshee, not really taking into account the 90 that are not visible. And so, yeah, that was a very poor fight for PhantomBot, just losing a lot of supply. Hydra's on the ground doing well against the Vikings, against the Ravens, getting good picks. The problem is the Banshees in the sky just destroy the Hydras depending on their pathing. PhantomBot yet to get up another base. It doesn't seem inclined to do so, so maybe this bot is programmed with a hard cap of 6 bases. Some bot authors only plan for a game that goes 6 bases. Otherwise, maybe the drones have been getting killed off or something like that. This is one of the things, like, long games like this, they really showcase a lot of great skill by the programmers as far as the good fundamentals they build on their bots, because, like, a lot of bots will just derp out as they go into the late game. Like, they just don't have any thought to it. But even the best bots, the bot authors don't program for games that go 30 minutes. They program a good bot, and then it can go okay that long. Now, we are seeing a little bit more harassment from Broodlords and Hydras. PhantomBot is really down on supply. It almost needs to make some of its slings that were having a lot of success earlier. But unfortunately, it's quite broke. Seems to be short on gas, not getting up any more extraction going on, as it's not mining gas from this base, not mining gas from an extra geyser here. So I'm not sure what happened there. PhantomBot needs a little bit more redundancy. It's got pretty good fundamentals, though. I like the unit composition. And yeah, I think it's not doing too bad. However, its gas income is basically gone. Like, yeah, we got a couple drones hanging out here. Geyser's dead. Not going to rebuild it, though. Where we kind of see that bot authors don't necessarily plan for every situation. This PF is 542 kills, by the way. This could very well be a record. That, oh no! No! The Broodlords! They're gonna die! Oh, they tried. They probably cost Ketroc bot a good chunk of change and all that repair. But alas, it was never meant to be. 556 kills. I think that's a record kill planetary. Maybe back in like the Broodlord Swarm Host days, we would have had some pro games that planetaries got that many kills. But I don't know. Yeah, PhantomBot just really hard stuck here. And never taking another base, never mining that gas. As it mined out, I hoped it would transfer some workers and break it out of it, but we are actually seeing idle workers here, so it does need a little bit better behavior as far as economy management. It played a heck of a game, but I think we are seeing a bot that just has reached the end of its rope here. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you watched to this point in this game, make sure to go ahead, click that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, join the Discord, which is linked down below, and consider becoming a YouTube member if you want to support the channel. And yeah, this was a really fun to watch game. I'll definitely keep more of an eye on PhantomBot. Ketroc's bot showing us that it is the bot with the better redundancy, and that is really important when it comes to bots. Like, it kept trying to take another base, eventually just flew more over, continuously trying to expand. We see those chat tags every now and then of things like SCV mining fix or whatever. And that is, that's something that PhantomBot needs a little bit of. A little bit better gas management, and maybe it would have won this game. As, yeah, I mean, if it had, say, taken this base up, taken this base, kept harassing Ketroc's bot, it would have done better for itself. And big thanks to the bot author for sending this in. This was a game recommended by the PhantomBot author, so you get a big thumbs up from me for recommending a replay in which your bot does well but doesn't necessarily win, because it does take the fun out of it for me a bit when I know when I'm like, oh, this guy's sent in some replays, but he never sends in ones that he loses. So it kind of gives it away for me a bit. So yeah, thank you. And we are watching the demise of PhantomBot here. Just no gas. Can't do much without gas. 8k minerals, but no gas. This one extractor's being mined as much as possible. What will it do when it runs out of that gas? Will it be like, maybe I should build another one? Probably not. If it hasn't done that by now, it looks like it might not actually reach that point. Will PhantomBot mine out this? Ketroc's bot says, my money. That's one of the cool things about Ketroc's bot. Just banks up as much energy as it can, and it says, nope, that's my base, that's my money. And you can tell that Ketroc's bot was designed for the late game. And this is the kind of thing that the bot author himself does on the ladder too. That base does mine out. Yeah, the drones just sit idle. A bit unfortunate, but still, great game. PhantomBot now decides to start making lings, funnily enough. It might be one of those things that PhantomBot, I wonder if it was just that it ran out of other production structures to trigger that, or maybe it does always have like a handful of lings. No, look at this. It started spending all of its money in lings. I know I've said this game is over, and it 1000% is, but look at this. It's like, oh, I can only make lings, so let's make 8,000 minerals worth of lings, or however many it had. Which is just comical. It's funny. It's the logic. It's like, oh, I can't make anything except lings at this point, since I lost my tech. Guess I'll start making lings again. So, apparently when PhantomBot has a tech structure that allows it to make other things, it will stop building lings. But then when it can't build anything else, it says, alright, I'll start making lings again. External factors. Ketroc's bot saying tag real time over 1 hour. I don't know if that's true. I thought real time over 1 hour happened at like 44 minutes or something. But anyway, thanks so much to everyone for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.